Hello, how's everybody doing? It's Robin, your friendly neighborhood Epicure lady, and I am here this morning to show you the new hearty, it's not hearty classic beef stew, it's classic beef stew. This is a new product from Epicure that just came out January 3rd of this year. And so I've got everything ready to throw into my crock pot. So I thought I would show you guys what I'm doing. This beef stew package makes 10 servings. So to me, that's a double batch, right? I've got a hungry husband and a hungry teenage son. So I always figure I need to do a 4 or 5 serving meal to feed them plus me. So for me, this is like a good solid 2 meal recipe. And we always serve buns with cheese or cheese toast or just buns with butter with it, so you can dip it in the broth. And I know a lot of you are probably saying, oh, I know how to make stew. I just throw everything in. Absolutely. I've been making stew since my kids were little, in the crock pot, because of course I was a busy mom of 4. And I don't know about you guys, but it's like one time it turned out okay. This is before I was using Epicure stuff. So one time it would turn out okay, and other times it would be too tomatoey, and sometimes I'd try to follow a recipe. And I was so thankful when I joined Epicure, and throughout the years they've actually had different beef stew packages, and they've all been excellent. So for me, I love to have this package because basically I pour it into water with some tomato paste. And this one called for a little squirt of Worcestershire sauce. Let me know if I said that right. And this is your broth base. That's it. So easy. So instead of digging through your cupboards, looking for 10 different spices, or trying to get proper beef broth, although Epicure, of course, has the best ever beef broth, but it saves you time. So even moms like me who, I only have 1 kid left at home now, but our days are still busy. I have a couple part-time jobs. Some days we're gone all day to town. To fill up my crock pot in the morning and have dinner waiting at the end of the day, it's just a godsend sometimes, right? So with minimal prep, and sometimes you can even get, like, here's my big thing of vegetables I have ready to go. You could chop this up the night before and have it ready to go in the morning if you've got to be out the door. So all the busy moms out there, I feel you. I know what it's like. Epicure to the rescue. So I'm going to turn this around, and this is the first time I'm trying this new beef stew. The one they had before last year was a little bit peppery, I found, which we loved. We absolutely loved. But I know a few people were like, it's a bit too peppery for me. But this one smells delicious. This one smells like it's got thyme and a few other flavors in there, a little bit of tomato, because you do add 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, so it's got a slight tomato flavor too. So I'm going to turn you around and show you what I did. There we go. It'll be black for a minute. Oh, there's my outdoor view today. Just hard snow. So in my crock pot, I had 2 pounds of stewing meat that I already browned. So that only took maybe 4 minutes, and it was already cut up into stew chunks when it was frozen. So basically, I'm going to add, now it didn't call for celery. The back of the package actually called for the stewing beef, and then some potatoes, carrots, water, the tomato paste, the Worcestershire sauce, and then afterwards, if you look down after it cooks, you can add in the 1 cup of frozen peas, which I will do later. So that's where you get the, pardon me, the peas there. So what I did is I love to have extra onion in my stew, And I've got some celery, but those were optional. You didn't have to do that. And then I've got my carrots from the garden still. Thank goodness they kept good in the fridge. And my potatoes cubed up. So basically, I'm just going to dump this whole thing in. And like I said, you could do this the night before. Oh, I'm making a bit of a mess. You could do this the night before and just have it in a container in the fridge. Okay, and because I had some extra green onions, I'm going to dump those in too, give it a bit of color. And I've got my mix here ready to go. So I'm just going to throw that in too. Well, not throw, but you know. So that already looks good and it hasn't even cooked. Okay, so there you go. We'll give it a good stir. And then this cooks. You could cook it for, this crock pot is actually a really fast and hot crock pot. So I could do 6 hours. I am going to put it on for 8. But there you go. We'll cook that up. We'll add the peas at the end. As it cooks, like there is liquid in there, it will give off a bit more liquid and thicken up. So there you go. Yeah, so we're gonna give that a whirl tonight and I'll let you know how it turns out. And that's the new hearty beef stew. And another thing I should share with you guys, and maybe I'll come another video here shortly, is I'm gonna be making, because I have one of these packages left, the old cha-cha chili, I am gonna be making a recipe I found. This is a pumpkin and bean chili. It's in one of the older Epic Life books. So I had cooked up some pumpkin the other day. Let's see if I can find the front page of this. Yeah, I had cooked up some pumpkin the other day and I was like, oh, what am I going to do with the extra pumpkin I have? So this is from the old Epic Life book. There's a new Epic Life book and it just came yesterday. I haven't taken it out of the box. But anyway, this is pumpkin and bean chili. So I'm going to use my last cha-cha chili package to make a vegetarian pumpkin chili, and I'll come on later and show you guys. And Epicure has the new best ever chili, and this is the best ever chili. I mean, I didn't think they could top this one from before, but they have topped it. This is excellent. It's so excellent. It's sold out already, but it will be back in stock on January 24th. So this is delightful. And it is so easy, like everything's in the package, like all the dried vegetables and whatnot and the spices, and you just have to add your meat and your beans and your tomatoes. That's it. So this is something else you could put in the crock pot in the morning. Brown your ground beef, throw everything in and turn it on for the day, and it will be ready for you when you get home. So crock pot meals are awesome, and I love them in the winter time especially, because they just make your house smell delicious. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I've talked long enough, but I will report back on how this stew turns out. I'm excited. It smells good and it hasn't even cooked yet. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.